Welcome to the Durant Tyson Trent Playoff Edition 2009. Merry Christmas, and everyone at home, put on those 3D glasses now. That's right, the next step, 3D. I'm Clint Morrison, and joining me tonight is Matthew Moody.
It's good to be here. For all of those at home, Feliz Navidad.
Oh, bilingual. Well, thank you for that, Matt. Well, Matt, it looks like you ran into a little bit of an upset last week, Trent. What happened there, buddy?
At this point, can you call it an upset? The guy had my number all year, beat me 3 times.
3 times. How many losses did you have on the year?
I had a total of 6. He beat me 50% of my losses.
Just couldn't figure him out, huh?
Not at all.
What happened in that game?
Well, I think it's like Jared says. He cheats.
He cheats.
Yes, I think so.
Good breakdown.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I do like that he played Jamal Charles, and Jamal Charles put up 23 points. In all seriousness, he is the reason that I lost pretty much.
I think he had, about 3 players go over 20 points?
He did. He had Phillip Rivers, Jamal Charles, and Vincent Jackson. And just watching the points, him and Vincent Jackson connected for 2 touchdowns, and that was not fun to watch.
He put up, about 107, 108 points. That's usually good enough for a win in most leagues. And hey, you can't play defense, so you did all you can do.
I did all I could do. I played Quentin Ganther over Forte, which was the right move. It just wasn't enough in the end.
Well, in our other game, it looked like Jimmy had the big upset win over BJ. I don't think anyone saw that one coming.
I don't either. I don't think anybody saw that coming. I did pick him in my email, but that was only after I saw that he had the 53-point lead with Manning and Reggie Wayne connecting for a ton of points.
And that's what really put Jimmy over the top. That combined with the fact that BJ had Drew Brees, and did he have... who did he have sitting on the bench at the quarterback position?
He had Ben Roethlisberger sitting on the bench.
And he had, only, I think, 40 points?
Yeah. He had 38 points with 500 passing yards. But how do you play Big Ben over Drew Brees? You just can't.
That's a tough call.
Yeah.
But on a personal note, Drew Brees only putting up 13 points, I was happy about. I'll take a Cowboys win in December anytime. And I'm sure BJ feels the same way.
I agree. And I heard BJ was saying stuff like, during that game, he wanted Drew Brees to break both of his legs. So
what a fan.
That's a real fan right there. That's what you look for in a fan.
Well, that brings us to the championship game. That Clash of Titans, and more importantly this year, the new home for the championship bowl number 4 trophy.
Absolutely.
We're going to find a new home for that thing.
Yeah. We're going to find out real quick who is going to be the champion. It's going to continue in the line of Pedraza, Sullivan, me, and then this year's big question mark. The biggest shock here with this game is that this is the 5th and the 6th seeded teams coming in. So these are the guys that shouldn't even really be there.
You can never tell with these wild card teams, can you?
You really can't.
Well, I first looked at this game and I thought Jimmy has this thing. He's coming in, he's pretty hot. Had the upset win over BJ, which no one saw. He's just scoring a lot of points right now. But when I started looking at his lineup a little bit, I saw a few question marks right there.
Yeah, his first question mark that pops into my mind is the Jerome Harrison. It's probably not a bad play after what he did last week. 286 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, somebody's got to play him.
What are you going to get from this guy, though? He only had about 600 yards total combined with last weekend. He got half of his yards for the season in one weekend. I think all of his touchdowns came last weekend.
All 3 of them did. He rushed for 286 yards. Total on the season is 587. So,
who had been running the ball for the Browns?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one knows.
Why haven't you not been running with this guy? I have no idea.
That's the Browns for you, I guess. What about that quarterback matchup? Now, on the surface, you see Peyton Manning and Phillip Rivers, and you think, wow, that's pretty good. But then you have to ask yourself some questions about Peyton Manning.
It's a great matchup on paper, but if Peyton Manning's leading at the half, Peyton Manning's going to be sitting.
That's true.
So I think Phillip Rivers is going to have a great game against Tennessee, because although Tennessee's offense has come around big time, their defense is still hanging back a little bit. So I think Phillip Rivers and the San Diego Chargers are able to put a lot of points on the board.
Well, I also like Peterson's matchup this week. It looks like I think he's going to bounce back.
I agree. He's been a little bit off here a couple of weeks, but he's looking at the Bears' defense that give up a lot of rush yards. I think Peterson gets back on track this week and has a big game.
So it looks like we're calling Trent in this one.
I think we're calling Trent.
That's got to be hard for you to swallow.
It is a little bit, but then you got to look at Trent is in the South Division along with yourself. So I say bring it back to the South and give us 3 wins out of the 4 seasons for the South. I like it.
Well, let's see it bring it back to the South, as Jared would say. Trent, come on.
Don't cheat this week, dude.
Well, Moody, any advice to offer these guys? You've been in that championship game before, come out a victor. What feelings are they going through right now?
Well, I think right now he's feeling confidence, and Jimmy probably not so much. He's not playing the guy he did last week with Arian Foster, who put up 0 points. So he's still making those last minute roster changes, and that's not good. I would say to Trent not to get overconfident. Coach your players up a little bit, like Derek always says. Other than that, just get ready for the big time, boys.
Well, should be a good game. Look forward to sitting down and watching some good football. It's been a good year. Moody, love to have you as a co-host. Look forward to next season.
Absolutely. We'll be back next season with maybe a big preview of what's coming up after the draft.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time.